What's up, everybody? Welcome to Talking Again podcast. I am your host, Fidel. This is The Tap. Thank you for tuning in, and please make sure and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to click on the notification bell. You can also find the show on all your popular podcast platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you listen. Let's get this show started.
Take a nap.
Exactly. The excitement changes.
Yeah. Well, since we've been talking for 3-4 minutes already, our guest today is
choking.
Our guest today is choking. Okay, so we'll give him a minute or two.
Yes.
But I'll start off with introducing my special co-host for today is Jason Hernandez.
Hello, everyone.
Jason Hernandez was a guest on my previous podcast, How We Talk Podcast.
Yes.
Still available on YouTube for you guys to view. Do you remember the episode number of your podcast?
Man, I think it was. Well, I was on twice.
That's right, you were on
I was
twice.
on twice. One was, I think, in the 70s, and one was in the 90s.
I wasn't even born in the 70s. What are you talking about?
It was a bit in the future.
Yeah. But anyways, however, today we have on the guest chair, we have Rawl of the Dead. Wait, that was one of the things I was gonna ask you.
Yes.
Is it Raul or Rawl?
It's Raul,
Uh-huh.
but I've been spelling it Rawl since I was 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when I used to get mail, when I was in a band,
Mm-hmm.
my dad's name was Raul too.
Yeah.
So somebody at school always called me Rawl.
Yeah.
And then I saw like some guy named Lou Rawls or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, you spelled it with a W. And
Yeah.
that's the way it's pronounced.
Yeah.
So I go, I'm just going to change it to a W.
Yeah.
So then I did that with the mail, and it just kind of stuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not legally changed. But
No,
it
it's
says-
not legally
all right.
changed.
So it
No.
is. Is it? If I'm gonna say it in Spanish, I'm gonna say Raul Paredes.
Yes, and I still say it like that.
Oh, you
when
do?
When people ask, oh, what's your name? I can say Raul.
Oh, okay.
I used to say Rawl,
Yeah.
but now as I'm getting older,
In your side biz, everyone knows you as Raw,
yes,
right?
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Spelled.
So I've been called Rawl since I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
So it's like just where you grew up is mostly white neighborhood.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they're like Rawl.
Raw.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Rawl. It's like
Yeah.
even now people still call me Rawl, but it's funny. My girlfriend's a little 4-year-old. He says it perfect. He goes Raul.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like what's hey Raul. He says it perfect. Oh yeah, he's got it down.
Raul.
Yeah,
He
he
got
says
some
it
soul.
perfectly.
He got some
says it
soul
though,
to his voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit of soul. in
Yeah.
there. Nah.
He's got
No.
an old soul.
But
Yeah.
I do love again. So we have Instagram Raul Paredes, also known as Rawl Paredes, or on Instagram Rawl of the Dead.
Yes,
As
Rawl
you
of
can
the
see
Dead.
behind me, or on your shirt. Oh no, your shirt's the Dawn of the Dead.
It's Dawn of the Dead, but
the
we can
whole
talk
t-
about that.
Okay, we'll talk about that. But I actually thought it was a custom shirt that you made. Rawl of
Everyone
the
thinks
Dead.
that.
It looks like I thought it was too. I was like,
I didn't bother to actually read it
Yeah,
until.
because I ripped off the logo.
Well, yeah.
So it's like even my brother thought the same thing. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, I thought that was a Rawl of the Dead. I go, I wish. I'll get some made eventually.
So I mean, we don't have to get into it. We can get into it now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. I mean,
Well, okay, when I was going on Instagram in 2000, when Instagram started, I think it was 2010.
Was it?
Yeah, when it officially started, I believe 2010.
wow,
Okay, it was only around for 6 months. I just got an iPhone, and I downloaded Instagram, and I thought it was just a filter for
Yeah.
photos.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, okay, I just downloaded it. It's good for filters. And then my now girlfriend, we were just friends back then, she goes, oh, hey, I'll follow you on Instagram.
Yeah.
I go, what do you mean follow me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'll follow you. And then I think you could change your name. And she told me the same thing. I think you could change your name. You don't have to stick it to Rawl. I was like, okay. So I had a Dawn of the Dead poster, and I was like, what should I change it to?
Yeah.
I go, oh, you know what? That's good. This is Dawn, Rawl. I'll just put Rawl of the Dead.
Yeah.
That was just a 30-second decision.
Yeah.
I go, okay, that'll
those
be
are
my
the,
name.
Which those are the best, my
Yes.
bad, right?
And I was just looking at a poster. I was like, I don't know what to change it to. Go,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I'll try that.
Yeah.
So then it just stuck, and I named my photography that about 2 years later in 2012.
Yeah.
And I just decided just to stick with the Rawl of the Dead photography.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny when people come up to me, they're like, they'll call me Rawl of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I'll be at Best Buy. I was like, oh my God, Rawl of the Dead, you're here. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, dude?
Yeah, it's
know.
like to use like that.
So it's
too.
funny when they call you by your Instagram handle,
Yeah,
you know, in public.
Yeah. How is that for you when you're just like at a Food for Less or Best Buy and then someone just comes up to you, hey, you're Rawl of the Dead?
Well, yeah, it's usually a friend of mine,
Oh.
like that I already kind of know, you know, but he
or
only
know
sees
through
me.
through like social media.
Yeah, but even like at like
Cons
horror
or something
cons,
like that?
the
Okay.
same thing. It's like, oh my god, it's Rawl of the Dead. What's up? I'm like, I go, hey, what's up, man? And sometimes I don't know who they are. I'm like, who are you against? Oh yeah, I follow you. I'm so and so. I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
what's your name again? And then I'm like looking. I go, oh yeah, okay. No, so I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean,
He's got that Joaquin Phoenix like attitude, like man. It's like I'm famous, I'm a celebrity, but I don't
not at all.
I don't whatever.
that's
But
probably
just the followers that follow me on there. So I'm like,
Yeah.
well,
well,
it's probably
okay.
like I hope this guy doesn't injure me or something.
Yeah.
That's the
But it's funny, like because my face is not really on my Instagram,
Right.
so it's only in the stories, you know, when I'm doing video or whatever. So I guess now that I'm doing more video, people do recognize me a little
Right.
bit more. So,
Yeah.
but before it was just photos of everything I take. So
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
So-
this is a perfect opportunity for you to talk about more about yourself and people get to know you on
yeah,
this podcast.
for sure.
Because
Yes.
this is the podcast for the people, right?
Tap in.
The people's podcast where we get to tap into
Exactly.
your
Yes.
your background.
Deep dark secrets.
Yeah.
and tap into the
So,
raw
since
raw.
Yeah, the raw. So we know you didn't get a sex change already, so you're for sure Raul. We already covered that, right?
Yes.
So we're good there.
And
Right?
he has a good deep baritone
and
voice.
Yes.
where I got the name from
And the name. So
Is that you on the poster also?
It is. It's actually a cell phone picture I took of myself. I was a zombie for Halloween.
Okay.
yeah.
And I used one of the filters again.
Yeah.
Then my daughter actually did the whole graphics of it. So she did the logo
Oh, crazy.
with the head, and I just gave her the picture, and she just did it on Photoshop.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I go, hey, I'm gonna use it, but I don't really use that logo too much.
Yeah.
I just use now just.
Yeah, you were
The
saying that
writing.
that's an old one. So this is an older. Now you're using something different.
I just use the logo. Like
Oh.
I use the Rawl of
Just
the
the
Dead
name.
logo, but not the
Oh, okay.
not my head.
Not the
Mm.
head.
Yeah.
Just get the
So-
head out of it.
Yeah. Because actually that looks better in white, but everything I have is in black.
Dark. So,
So,
it
yeah.
doesn't-
so I've tried that reversing it. It just looks
Yeah, the
weird.
contrast
It doesn't
doesn't show
look
up
right. So
well.
I just stick with the logo, like, and that looks fine to me.
Yeah, I like that logo. It looks cool.
yeah, it looks
Like
awesome. to
nice
me.
bright
Yeah.
red on the black.
I'll wait till I get sued for the logo part.
Yeah.
But I think we added our own touch because we saw the Dawn of the Dead one. It was a little bit different.
Okay.
the
So
font,
when
right?
my daughter did something with it where I go, okay, that looks good, and she added all the distress on it.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, and then the more I print it, the more it kind of like starts to go away. So
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks good to me.
Copies over copies. That's what
yeah,
happens.
Exactly.
yeah. But I still have the original like file. So if I gotta make T-shirts or if I have to make prints of anything, you know, I still have it. So
So from being the photographer for the Dead, like that.
Yeah.
So how did you get into it? I mean, I know you said you were a zombie at one point.
yeah, I was always into zombies and
Okay.
horror stuff. So when I started going to like Monster Palooza and Scare LA, I was always taking pictures with anybody that was dressed up in
Okay.
cosplay. So
Now, when you were taking pictures as a fan, like someone that would walk into like, hey, what's up, and then just
yeah, and I was trying to get to know my camera more. So
Oh, okay.
so I'd bring it in, and I go, next time I got a flash this time, so like, I'm gonna make the picture look better this time. So
Yeah.
now I got a new lens. I go, let's see how that looks now. And it's always kind of weird indoors because no matter what, the lighting is always kind of off there, and there's always
Well,
people in the background.
Yeah, and they have
Yeah.
that factory lighting.
So as I started doing that more, I started just posting those pictures, and then people would ask me, "It's like, hey, it'd be cool if we can do a photo shoot." I go, "Yeah, let's collaborate." So we collaborate with cosplayers, and I started that way, and then just kind of snowballed into it's all horror now.
Mhm.
So even though I do portraits of all kinds, the Rawl of the Dead one is mostly for horror and more darker portraits.
yeah,
So it's not necessarily all horror, but just more darker. You
Right.
know what I mean? So, and I do have another, because I do family portraits, I do real estate,
Oh, okay.
and I have another one called rawlphoto.com that's just all for like the the more friendly version. You know what I mean?
Like the PG.
Because I've had people not hire me because they said they look at my stuff like, oh, it's too dark.
Yeah, like this portfolio.
I go, well, don't let that fool you. I mean, I know the lighting. I know how to do my lighting and everything, so I could do a total family type of shoot. You know what I mean? So, but they're like, oh no, so I created another one called rawlphoto.com, which has my regular like families, kids, quinceñeras, weddings. You know, all the other stuff that also pays the bills too. So
the straight edge stuff.
Yeah. So I have 2 websites. So I have like the Raw Photo and then Rawl of the Dead.
Yeah. So you've been doing it for what, 6 years?
7 years. 7 years.
7 years. Quinceañeras, weddings, everything.
Yes.
You started off doing.
I started off doing landscapes actually.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I really wanted to do, and I still want to do that. And even like architecture or buildings.
Yeah.
Anything like weird, or even like cemeteries, I would photo shoot there, but then get kicked out. So, but that's kind of where I was really focused on, and then the portrait stuff came later on to where it's like now people want to hire me for portraits, and I go, okay, cool. So then I started getting more into that, and now that's kind of like the number one thing I do is portraits.
Yeah. When you did the landscaping, was it something that you wanted to get into for like travel, or were you doing mostly local?
Yeah, the thing is like I want to travel, but I don't have money to travel, so
that's tough.
You're stuck with whatever California has to offer. So
which California has a lot to offer.
Yes.
When you actually go
and
out
I've gone up north and taken pictures up there in Pismo or Santa Barbara, and I love it. It's just me and the camera, and I'm just trying to find. I still want to go back. I want to go back and continue doing that. But yeah, there's a lot. There's even the mountains. There's lakes.
I was just in Idlewild or Idlewood.
Idlewild.
Idlewild. I was in Idlewild, and it was really nice. But they say it's really great in wintertime.
Oh, really?
Because sometimes they get a little bit of snow.
Oh, okay.
So that's another.
I still want to shoot in the snow. I just haven't gone up to Big Bear or anything.
Oh, yes.
I would love to have like some type of
some dark stuff in the snow.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like a
That's
Yeti.
good.
Anything blood or red,
Exactly.
it would
Will just
stand out on that snow. Yeah. And I've seen people's photos. I'm like, oh, that looks great in that snow. That just has a good contrast with the white.
Get that shit. I'm great with. I love watching them. I just forget the names of them. With Jack Nicholson.
The Shining.
The Shining.
Yeah. Remember that snow scene?
Yes.
Frozen.
Yes.
Something like that. That'd be cool. Or like the 2 twins in the snow.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
Man.
That's all great visuals. So I get inspiration from movies like that. Just
so that's another thing, right? So you're into scary movies, horror films. You like horror films?
I mean, I was more into horror in my 20s.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I don't even have time to watch anything.
Yeah.
So you're more old school stuff.
Old school, yeah. Anything new, like the newest, like maybe like I haven't even seen Annabelle. Like that's not that new, but I mean it's newer.
Yeah. But it definitely dates you where as far as you're fond of film, right? So
and then like I just like even like the old school like 70s, like The Exorcist, just the way the color looks on that. Like I love the way that looks, and I try to color correct it that way to like make it look flat, but some color in it.
Yeah.
So when I edit it, I try to add those little dimensions that make it a little bit darker even too. So the editing is probably my other favorite part that I love doing besides taking photos. It's going back to editing. It's like, I know some people don't like it, but I really enjoy it. I was like, it's kind of where all the magic comes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's where you make the finishing touch.
Yeah.
I'll make it look great.
Yeah. So I try to color correct it kind of like the old style a little bit, and kind of flatten it out and a lot of contrast, a lot of shadows.
Do you ever put any of your raw footage or raw shots on your Instagram page, or
I might do like a before and after maybe.
Oh, okay.
And that's about it. And I'll probably do it on my stories.
Oh, okay.
Once in a while just to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
So I have a few videos where I kind of go through the step by step of how I did it before and after.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of want to do a more newer one because I'll be editing and I'm like, oh, I should have just recorded this.
Yeah.
Like just how I did. Because sometimes it comes together really quickly and I'll do it like in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
I've already edited one picture, and that one picture will be for that rest of that the rest of the pictures that are from the same location.
Yeah, right.
I'll just copy and paste all of them, and then I'll do little minor adjustments.
Yeah.
So the editing goes by pretty quickly, and then that's kind of what I want to show people, like, because when I was first starting photography, I had nobody helping. Like YouTube was my friend.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
bunch of
And
how-tos.
yeah, because I'd ask people, I go, well, how did you do that? It's like, no, I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
nobody wants to give you an answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've had a couple of people maybe help me, but I'll be like, what kind of, like, I know it's a generic question, but I always used to ask, I go, what kind of lens should I get next?
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
And that's a correct answer, or a correct way to answer me, because I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So if people were to ask me now, I would probably give them, I go, well, if you're going to do portraits, go with a 50 or an 85 millimeter lens. But if you're going to do like architecture and outside landscapes, go with something wide. You know what I mean? Go with a wide lens.
Mm-hmm.
But at least I have an answer for it. Whereas like when I was asking, nobody was helping me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I had to figure it all just by myself.
Trial by
You know what I
error.
mean?
Yeah.
Everything. Trial and error. Learning.
You think a lot of that was like due to people just hating, or they just
I don't
They
know.
didn't want to share it?
Yeah, right.
Competition.
Yeah, it was a lot of like, well, it's pretty expensive, just so you know. It's like, I go, just give me the
Right away,
answer.
they're trying to get
Exactly.
you unmotivated.
Just
Or,
give me the
yeah,
answer.
It's
like,
not that easy. It's not that easy.
Yeah,
but it
photography
really is easy.
you know, you're going to deal with
sometimes.
a lot of difficult people. I go, all right. What else? I've only dealt with one difficult person. That's it.
Yeah.
And so that's not a bad record at all.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that person was that person a model, or was that?
A model, yeah.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are some of the experiences?
I know you want to go more. I was like, I don't want to talk about it, but
No, you don't got to say anybody's
Yeah.
name.
no.
You don't have to out anybody, but I mean, I'm sure once they listen and once they watch it, they'll
If
know.
they listen, yeah.
If they do.
If they find it.
Yeah, if they find-
I
they'll
go,
find
what are you
it.
talking
You'll-
about?
You're gonna put it on
Yeah.
Instagram.
No, it was just
they'll
like,
find it.
it was just an attitude, and I didn't really care for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
Are you done?
not like that. It was
Oh.
more like,
Demanding.
like, I don't want to do that on that. And
Oh, okay.
you already did that.
Controlling,
kinda like-
controlling
Yeah,
your
yeah.
shoot.
Like telling you.
Well, do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Well, no, because you already did that with that other person.
Yeah.
Oh.
You go, all right, well, I'm trying to work with you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying
Yeah.
to create.
Or I usually get paid for this. That was
Yeah.
the attitude. Like,
Okay.
I'm like, okay, well, I mean, what do you want me to do?
Yeah. You mostly do collaborations. Is that why?
It's what?
Do you mostly do collaboration?
I do a lot of collaborations. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot. Some of it's paid, and the collaborations I usually ask people to collab with me and it's some people I work with for a long time that I'm already comfortable with.
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, I have this idea. Do you want to do this? Like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And it's usually like, I try to think about who's the perfect person for this. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? It's like, and I have like three or four people that I can go to that will always say yes and always come up with something really great.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
And so you might see a lot of those pictures like with different looks because that person's always available
Yeah.
and always works well with me. So
Yeah.
I always work with that person.
Yeah.
But yet
You
they
know?
can change themselves up to what you want to shoot. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Like my friend Mary, I had an idea for La Llorona when it was first coming out.
Yeah.
I was like, so I had like 3 people in mind. I'm like, so I asked my girlfriend, who do you think I should do for La Llorona? She just immediately went, your friend Mary. Like, all right. I asked her. Next thing you know, she's like, I went thrift shopping and found this wedding dress.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dirty it up,
distress.
and then she's terrified everybody at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shoot. You know what I mean? It's like I was even terrified. I'm like, okay, you're scaring me now. Like,
Yeah,
the looks, everything was just like,
Yeah.
this is crazy. You're looking
Mis
demented.
hijos.
Yeah, and it was a fun shoot though. It was
Yeah.
like one of my
Exactly,
favorite
that's
ones.
perfect.
Yeah.
You know, one of the Jason here, he's one of my most creative friends. You know, that what you just described as Jason. Like, so you can see his work.
Yeah,
on his Instagram. Like, he can I can tell him something. And go, all right, and then he'll put it together. And that's another thing is that these cosplay guys,
yes.
not guys, no, a lot of them are girls too.
Yes.
They're so creative. They do their own
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
And some of them do their own makeup too, right?
Yeah. It's like they've been doing this without Instagram or anything.
Yeah.
This is just a passion they've had, you know, and now they can showcase it out to everybody. So it's like, and some people are making endorsement money off of it. So
Are they really getting endorsed from it?
some people are.
Some
Cosplay?
people, yeah. I just worked with somebody last weekend on Saturday. This guy was amazing. He was American Psycho.
Yeah.
I don't know what the character's name is in that, but he did the whole act.
Oh, crazy.
Like, and I'm just taking pictures.
He was in character
Yeah.
the whole time?
for the shoots. Yes,
Yeah.
like he had a fake dead body,
Oh,
and he's
jeez.
zipping in. He's like,
Yeah. Just
making the
Yeah.
faces, and he's like, we're all just watching.
Yeah.
All the models stopped. All the photographers were all just watching him. Like, this is incredible. Like, this guy's just going for it. Like,
Yeah.
and I had to bust out the phone. Like, I got to record this.
Yeah.
And he's like, so we're gonna work together. Hopefully in November. My November is already getting filled up, but we want to do a John Wick shoot.
Oh,
Ooh,
cool.
nice.
Yeah, because I saw the new poster for John Wick 3
Yeah.
on
John Wick 3.
iTunes,
Yeah.
and I saw the way it was lit with an orange and blue light. I'm like, hey, I want to do something like that.
Yeah.
And he's the perfect guy to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he gets into the character, and this is like the second time I worked with him.
Okay.
He did like almost a True Blood vampire one last
Yeah.
time, and same thing. He just got really into the character. I'm
Yeah.
like, this guy's incredible.
Does that? Oh, sorry,
Is he an actor or he's not?
I'm not sure.
Okay, you don't-
I don't know him that well.
Yeah.
He just goes, hey, what's up, Rawl? And then
Yeah.
like I'm gonna do this. Like, all right, so you just keep shooting.
Yeah.
Like,
And
all
you-
right.
Did you meet him at a con or?
I met him at
he-
Elysium Studios. Has like a photo meet greet
Okay.
where the photographers actually pay.
To
So they only limit it to 10 photographers.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
first come, first serve.
Okay.
So since I know the guy from Elysium, I told him, hey, reserve me a spot. I'll give you the money this Thursday when I
Yeah.
get paid.
Oh, okay.
And so I did the first one and then did the last one. So he only did 3.
Okay.
And he has themes for him. So one was a vampire, which is
Mhm.
the first one. The second one was witch, which I didn't do. And then this last one was just whatever you want to do.
Oh, okay.
So that's where I met him.
Yeah,
At the vampire one.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah. And I met a lot of cool people there.
Mhm.
Photographers and models.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to network.
Yeah.
And meet new people.
They also have those meetups like Thanks for the Invite, which is in LA. I don't know if
Mhm.
you heard of that.
Nah, I haven't heard of it.
Yeah. The only thing about that, it just oversaturated with photographers.
Oh yeah.
It's just
Like it just gets.
it's like 90% photographers, 5% models, and the
Yeah.
other 5% are just like standing around.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Spectators watching.
So yeah, so you don't get really good shots because as soon as one person shows up with a great costume,
yeah, they inundate.
they're all just a crowd. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what? I'd rather just message the person. I go, hey, you want to do that same thing, but
Yeah.
just one-on-one?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
It's
a
just easier
paparazzi
that way.
shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
And that's gonna be a photo shoot of photographers.
Yeah, that would be.
I've done that. I just
Have
took
you
a
really?
picture of the whole. I go, look at this chaos.
madness.
Going back to American Psycho, 'cause
Yeah.
we don't know his name. Did you see it in the portrait? Do you see that the work that he puts into it? Do you see it in the portrait as compared to other people that just kind of just smile, whatever? Not
Yeah.
smile, but you know.
Well, I see him like really get into the character. He brings all his props, and
Oh, so he brought his own stuff.
everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
crazy.
So he just goes into the act and starts
Yeah.
doing the lines,
Mm.
and we're all just watching
Yeah.
it. But you're taking pictures
Exactly.
as well. So
Catching-
we all took turns because he was doing something different for somebody else where he was just like screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like whatever the line was, and it was
Yeah.
just all red, and it's like blood everywhere,
Oh,
and
jeez.
yeah. So he gets into the character pretty much.
But in other words, the work that he puts into it, does it make a difference as to someone that just goes in there just to
Yes.
pose? It does.
Yes.
It resonates
comes
on
up.
film.
Oh yeah.
Shows up.
It does.
Yeah, because I work with people also that they're not models. They're just they want to get some pictures done. So
Yeah.
you gotta if they're just standing there, like I don't know what to do. It's like that's where I have to come
Give me
in
some
and
more
help 'em.
eyes. Give me more eyes. Close them a little bit more. Like you
Yeah.
sort of, you know.
Well, I'll tell them to
Show me the butt a
turn a
little bit
certain
more.
way
Yeah.
and give them a kind of an idea of
yeah.
what we're going for.
Yeah.
Pretend like you're angry about something or whatever. It depends what the shoot is. Maybe
Mhm.
think about something happy, but that's where I have to come in as the photographer and help them get comfortable
Mhm.
and get into their character or get into like being relaxed so they're not just stiff and just standing there. Because I've had that happen too. Where I'm trying to work with them, but
Yeah.
it's like it's not working. Like
Just
I'll
looks
tell them to get in
flat.
one position and then they'll stay in that position. It's like, we got to change it up a little bit.
Yeah,
We'll
you
do a
wanna
couple
create
of
a
shots
flow.
here, then do something different. So
Yeah.
that's when the work really starts for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some people are just natural. They're just like they're
Not
doing
much-
their own modeling.
Not much directing, more to just shoot.
Yes.
That's
it.
Yeah. And I should really work on the directing more.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I need to work on. still.
Well, I don't know photographers that much, but I'm assuming that that's where you stand away from that group of photographers, because like you said, there's 90% of them were photographers at that meet.
Yeah.
So what should I say? The competition is high, right? So
Yeah.
you're gonna stand apart from everybody else from the directing side, right? I mean, that's what's you're gonna get more people requesting for you to shoot them.
Maybe. I mean, if they know you, if you hit them up afterwards,
Or is it mostly clicky? Like, I shoot with him.
Like I met a few people from that I worked with, like afterwards, but for the most part, it's like I don't really go to them anymore because it's just too much. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it's like you're not really getting anything out of it.
Yeah, you get a little payoff.
And then there's like there's people that hog up the models too,
Mm.
and it's like that. When I start shooting, I'd take a few shots and then I move on.
Yeah.
Let somebody else get in.
Yeah,
there,
some
know what
courtesy.
I mean? There's some people that just like they want all these crazy positions and poses and
because they have a memory card, it's just gonna be snapping away as much as you can.
Discard as much as you want or whatever.
Yeah.
Keep what you want.
yeah. But I mean, like, and
It's
then
not
some
fair,
models tell me that they don't even see the pictures.
Oh yeah.
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 That's pretty crazy.
Like that's the other weird part. I was like,
Yeah.
90% photographers, where are all the pictures?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Like there's only a couple.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and mine's one of them. It's like, here, I took a picture.
Yeah.
You might see one of them on an
Yeah.
Instagram or something like that.
yeah. Yeah.
So I
exactly.
prefer just doing one-on-one
Yeah.
and just like, I'll just ask the person if they want to shoot with that same outfit or something
Mhm.
different, you know?
Yeah.
It's just easier that way.
Yeah. I know you've done some shoots, right?
Yeah, just out of nowhere, just being at the cons, because I
Okay.
go all out with my costumes. So I pop out, and I'm a big presence. So
Right.
actually when I first ran into like a photographer, he was a Filipino gentleman. I don't remember his name. I wish I could plug him here, but
Right.
I was dressed up as my Bane costume, and I did like
Oh.
a Bane, a retro Bane mixed with the new Bane. So I had all the wiring coming out of my
Right.
body and everything. And I was leaving the con actually, and he was shooting 2 girls, and he's all, "Hey man, can you just stop right there on the staircase?" I was like on the concrete staircase right there, the Long Beach parking
Okay.
garage, and he took like 3 pictures, and he's all, "Oh, here's my email. I'm gonna email you the pictures and show you." And I was like, man, he made me look like a big.
Oh, really?
He didn't even change my body, but just the angle of the shot that he shot.
Yeah.
It made me look like a big menacing Bane right there, and I was like, "Oh my god, that looks awesome!"
That's awesome. Yeah.
So it made me want to like shoot again. But I mean, I've never seen my pictures from other photographers because they've taken it at the cons and they don't give me the information.
Yeah.
Because I just pose. I'm a big camera hog, so I'll pose for anything.
Yeah.
But just to see that image was like, it was shocking. It was awesome. And then everybody that I showed, they were like, "Man, it looks professional." Because of course he had the great camera and everything. But it was just
Did he have a light?
it was just the sunlight.
Natural? Okay.
Yeah, but he used a lot of the computer
filters,
Photoshop or
So he did
something.
Photoshop. He made it look like a digital breaking up picture. He showed
Yeah.
me a couple and he sent me all of them. So I was really appreciative that he went out of his way to give that to me and show me.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, you can use them and do what you want with them." So I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." And he was there shooting, actual professional cosplay girls.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, that's cool that he was able to share that with me." And I was like, "That was awesome." But
Well, what are typically like on something like that was happening at a show? Do you, as a photographer, hand out like this guy did your card to the
I do.
model?
Usually I try to, yeah.
or
And,
should the model-
It depends because some cosplayers, they don't have pockets.
exactly, they're in their full costume.
So I'm like, okay, well.
No cell phones?
Yeah, well, see, sometimes
they don't want to
Yeah.
carry stuff either.
yeah, because sometimes I have an axe
So-
with me and I can't. I can't take.
Yeah. Some people just don't have pockets. Like, I don't have any
Exactly.
pockets.
Yeah.
So it's just like
So I'll just give them my phone. I get here, just,
exactly.
what's your Instagram?
Yeah,
And
that's
then we'll do it
oh.
that way. It's probably easier that
yeah,
way.
that's the easiest way that I've seen.
And then you just got to remember.
Yeah.
Like, who was that person?
yeah,
Yeah.
Because I'm bad with that. Like,
Yeah.
I go, I can't remember who this person was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even just I shot let's see, must have been 8 models on Saturday and then 2 on Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's like 10.
Are these photo shoots or at a con?
photo shoots? Yeah. So the meat one at Elysium, it was I think it was 8 models or
Mhm.
6. I can't remember. It was a few, but it's hard to remember everybody. As I'm
Exactly.
editing, I was editing before I came here,
and you're going so quick too.
and I'm like, God, who's this person again? I got to remember, like, once I'm ready to, email it to
Yeah.
them. Because the email is different than the Instagram
Exactly.
sometimes,
Yeah.
and then their name is different
Yeah.
than the Instagram
Right.
than the email. It's like,
Exactly. So it's like
and then
They're not all
and then
Rawl
it's
of the
8
Dead.
of them. You know, and it's like,
You
Yeah,
gotta start
yeah.
doing like a
Remember.
sign-in sheet.
know.
Yeah,
Put
see,
Well,
in-
we
it's
do-
put in your info.
we did that sign-in sheet, and they gave us the whole email with it.
Yeah.
but to
But
connect
I wish
that
you
person,
could put the face
exactly
with it.
connect
You know
that
what I mean?
person.
Match it. You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
like,
because you might have two Harleys. You know.
you never know.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And then somebody did 3 or 4 different looks.
Yeah.
But luckily I know that person. So,
Yeah.
so I go, okay, I know who that person is.
Exactly. So it's like
What's
Yeah,
the
but-
What's the most popular one that you've done? Like that you keep doing over and over because it's just the most popular one.
So, probably Pennywise.
Pennywise.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Just because of the movie that just recently came out, or
Yeah, I think since the movie first came out, we did a photo shoot with my friend Tyler that, like, we did that one right here in Azusa,
Mhm.
Oh, crazy.
and he was moving to Arizona, so he goes, Rawl, we need to do this shoot right away.
yeah,
I go, why? What's going on? He goes, I'm moving to Arizona. I go, oh man. So I had to makeshift a sewer because I had this idea. I go, well, we want it to look like he's in the sewer,
Yeah.
right? So I go, I think we need to have, since I work in a warehouse and I see like there's a loading dock.
yeah,
I go, that would work as a sewer. We just need to put something over it,
yeah.
and he could just stand at the bottom of the loading dock.
So you're talking about the gutter look,
Yeah,
where you
the
just see
gutter
the
look, yeah.
face and okay.
So I had a friend of mine at work, very talented. He made like I told him I drew it out. I'm a bad drawer, by the way.
Yeah.
I drew it out and he goes, okay, let me see. 2x4s, plywood. Then I had the staff shop make it look like cement, and they aged it.
Okay.
So it looked really good.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you just need to stand it up with some stands on the what's it called? The loading dock. Where
Yeah.
I found one right here in Azusa that when I was first just going around, I got lost.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, what's that? I pulled over. This is years ago. And
Yeah.
I took some cell phone pictures. I go, this is pretty cool. And I came back with my camera. I'm going to try to take some creepy pictures here. And then I thought about that when Tyler told me he's moving to Arizona. I go, I have the loading dock.
Nice.
If it's still there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I went over there and I go, we put the gutter thing. And I have a YouTube video on the
Oh, okay.
Pennywise shoot with the whole thing.
Nice.
So it came out really good. I'm like, and so that was one I did with him. And then we just recently did one just in my apartment
Yeah.
because it was 100 degrees outside just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, now it's cooling down,
Exactly,
but Tyler's in all that makeup.
Yeah,
And he
that-
goes, look, I'm only here for a couple of days and I got to
It's
go
not
back.
melting.
And he was on his way home. So he goes,
Yeah.
can you do it that Sunday? I go, all right, but let's do it in the carport. Then I realized at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be hot outside.
yeah, still, yeah.
So I go, what if we just do this inside? I'll try to figure out how to do this. So I put a backdrop. The AC was on. And it was perfect. And you
Yeah.
can't even tell I did it in the apartment.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
what's so
I
awesome.
had a fog machine. And it was actually beneficial because the fog kind of like lingered.
Yeah.
And it was perfect because in the background of him,
You
like,
just see-
it's all smoke. And it's like, oh my God, that looks great, dude.
Yeah.
You're doing good. Like we went live on Instagram and
Yeah.
everything. So.
Nice.
So it's just to show you how to do it. And then I've done my friend Madeline. She did Pennywise as well.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, any Pennywise is good.
Yeah.
You know, that's a popular one.
Well, I've seen. I just recently started following her because I looked on your page and I forget her name also right now, but
Is it Madeline?
the girl that's working for Dark Harbor, where
Oh,
she's
that's Sam.
actually part of the background shoot, and that was just done in a pool.
Yes.
That tripped me out
yeah.
because that's such a great shot and looks
She's
so
very
sinister.
talented. Yeah.
What's Dark Harbor?
It's the Long Beach
The
Queen Mary.
The
Oh,
Queen
okay.
Mary. Yeah.
It's like, you know, they're horror
Oh, like
nights.
they're
Yeah, they're
okay.
horror
Yeah,
nights.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Which when I
she's-
first, sorry to get off
Go
the
ahead.
note, when I first went there, when it first started, it was in the boat and there was just 3 mazes and then you just go to the dance floor and that was it.
Oh,
Like,
so
that's-
I've never been there. I
Oh,
want to
you
go
never
this
been there?
year.
Oh, well, now you can't go in the boat. All the mazes are outside and
Oh,
they took
okay.
up all the parking for the Queen Mary. So it's like so massive now. It's weird to see
okay.
how it changed within like a 10-year time frame. Tripped me out. I was like,
That's probably when I went because it was in the boat when I went.
yeah, see,
For the first time. Yeah.
so it changed.
Yeah, she's really a talented person.
Yeah, I was like, I seen her
Yeah.
and then I was like, man,
I was very fortunate to work with her twice. So,
oh, cool.
so one was at the Vampire Meet. That's
Yeah.
where I first met her.
Mhm.
And then we did Bride of Frankenstein at the old LA Zoo just recently. So.
Yeah, I seen that also. I was like,
So, yeah.
man, that's crazy.
I'm not really sure what she really looks like though.
Oh, because you've always seen her made up.
That's a good question.
There's a lot of people. I don't know what they really look
Like you
like.
see them out in the street and they go, "Hey, Rawl of the Dead," and you're like,
Like,
"What the?" heck?
Like we just shot her.
Yeah, because I'd be
Because
like,
you know you don't see them in. It's like a Hooter girl. Like if I see a Hooters girl on the street, like I won't know until like she's wearing shorts or something. And
Well, because it takes. Well, looking at their makeup, I mean, it takes me, and I don't do great makeup. It takes still 3 hours
yeah,
to put my makeup on.
2
and
to
all
3
that.
hours.
Yeah, so if I'm getting ready for a con that's gonna open at 9 a.m., I'm up at.
You're up
do
at
you,
6.
wait, do
Yeah.
you do your own makeup, or sometimes you get your sister to help out?
Yeah,
right?
my sister has helped me out before, but now since she's moved,
Uh-huh.
I'm doing my own makeup.
Damn.
But I've done my own makeup before too.
Yeah.
But it's a lot easier when someone's doing
Hours
it for
and
you.
hours of work. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Because you're looking at the mirror, so you're looking at a negative image of yourself. So everything's backwards. So not
It
fun.
helps to have somebody.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
it helps
sure.
to have somebody do the makeup.
Do you,
But-
do you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I'm saying it still takes a long time,
Yeah.
even when they're doing it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like crazy.
Tyler, it took him 3 hours to get into that Pennywise makeup. So he had to get up early,
Yeah.
be at my house by. I told him 10, but you got there 11.
Okay.
Well, that means I got to get up at this, do the makeup.
So he
so
drove
it's
to your
funny because he
house.
shows up
Yeah.
to my apartment in a truck and he's just a clown. It's like, I'm like, just get in here.
Oh, I love that
before you
though. When
scare
people are
everybody.
looking at you, they're freaking out because they're seeing this guy's driving his car, and I look sometimes as a crazy clown,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh man, this guy's gonna murder us or something."
Right.
I think I freak out my neighbors because I do photo shoots in the carport.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You don't know.
And then the Evil Dead thing we just did last Sunday, they showed up at my house,
Yeah.
so we can all like follow each other to the location.
Oh, okay.
And my friend, she showed up as a zombie. You know
Yeah,
what I
they
mean?
have to
And-
be done.
And everyone's like, the kids are like,
What's the?
she's scary. They're all scared. I'm like, but she's like
Yeah.
waving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, everybody that does it, they get a kick out of it. You're gonna get a kick out of it if you do this type of stuff.
Yeah.
When you do cosplay.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there something to acting a little different when you have all that makeup, because you're portraying something else?
Yeah. So I mean,
do you do a different personality? Like
I do a different personality at times.
kicks in.
But like I said, when I did the Bane, that's another thing because they expect you to be that character.
Like American Psycho.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
but he was able to do it. I don't have a great Bane voice, so everyone's like, "Oh, that's not the voice," and they get all pissed off at you. You're like, "Man, I'm just trying to dress up
Yeah.
and look like the character. I'm not trying to be the character."
Right.
Like,
And yeah, it's like,
why do you have a high pitched voice?
exactly, yeah, like
Hi, kids.
yeah,
Sure, I'll take a picture with
yeah,
you.
exactly. Yeah, it's
That's
funny.
Babe, but he sounds like like it, Pennywise.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
exactly.
Georgie.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
Oh,
it you get a kick out of it when you're
Yeah.
doing it. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you like.
So you try to stay in character or no?
Oh yeah, I try to stay in character as best as possible. You know, I get such excitement out of it that I don't have to eat, I don't have to drink because it'll mess up my makeup.
Yeah.
So I'll go for a good 8 hours. That, like I said, when I was in that Bane costume,
Damn.
I didn't even drink or anything, and it's just that adrenaline rush of doing it is all like I need to do it, and then just to see everybody asking you for pictures. I mean, that's my fun, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah.
And like when I go to the Renaissance Fair,
Oh, cool.
the Santa Fe Dam, I do an executioner, and I go stand by the gallows. And
Oh,
people
awesome.
think I work there, so they're giving me tips. I go, I don't work here.
Oh my
They're
God.
like, oh no, but we gotta tip you. Oh, can you chop my head off on the hay block? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. Even though you're not supposed to have your weapons out, but I take it out.
I've never been to Renaissance Fair. You're
I'll
not supposed
see.
to have your weapons out?
I went
Well,
last year.
Everything needs to be tight and
Oh.
not showing. But I mean,
Wait,
they have
but you
security.
don't you make your weapons out of like cardboard?
No, well, this one was out of aluminum.
Oh,
It's an
yeah.
aluminum
I could
axe.
probably
Full,
do some damage.
it's aluminum axe full of blood. So yeah,
Yeah. Well,
yeah. But
Yeah, at the Renaissance Fair, it's hard to tell who works there and who doesn't.
exactly.
yeah.
'Cause
So-
everybody seems like they fit in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what.
Wait, did you go in character when you went to the Renaissance Fair?
No, I just took my camera. I did some video
Mhm.
Okay.
because I had just gotten my new camera, my
Okay.
Sony. So I was testing it out for video, and I just took it over there and did some small video.
Mhm. Yeah, that's why I wish I could go to so many more cons than I've been to. But yeah, I mean, to do it, people do it for the rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, people do it for the rush.
I'll tell you, dude. some of the best work that I've seen that you posted and that I've seen personally is has to be the horror ones, like that I call it the Papa Chango, but you say something else, right? The witch doctor. What is it?
Yeah, he's like the voodoo witch doctor.
Voodoo. Okay.
Yeah.
So like those are some of the best ones. Like it's cool, like the Jolly Green Giant.
Yeah.
You know, like
well, this is my earlier years.
It's cute. You know, it's cute. You got the panda.
Yeah, exactly.
But that horror stuff, man, that's the one that devil, dude, like the clown, scary clown. Those do it. You know?
Well, you know, the funny thing is when I'm first starting out doing it, and I go to West Hollywood a lot for Halloween. It's a guy thing. If you want more girl attention, you do the more
the cutesy
cutesy
ones.
So like when I'm the genie from Aladdin,
can you rub my
exactly? And then girls are hugging on you, they're loving it because it's like, oh, you're the big genie right there. So I mean, that's one thing. That's what I started it out for. I was like, oh, or when I was Kung Fu Panda. I mean, girls, they just flock to you.
So how many times did they rub your magic lamp?
Oh, man, lots of times. Quite a few times. Yeah. And they just grab you like a big bear. Yeah, so it's like, oh, you love it.
You remember the first time that I've ever went, the only time I've ever went out there was with you.
Yeah.
There was like, and for sure, it goes off to what you said right now. There's these dudes that are walking around. I don't know what they were dressed up as, but they were all half naked. The guys were like, they look like those Ewoks, right, in Star Wars.
Well, I think they were little bear guys. Like they had paws. They had bear heads.
They had the head, and then they had briefs.
Yeah, bear.
That's all they had.
But it was bear skin.
But the dudes looked like they were 6 foot tall, 6 foot something. Not 6 foot tall, because that's not that tall. But
yeah, but they were pretty. They were taller than
tall
us.
Dudes. Yeah, they were way taller than us. You know, we're short Mexican dudes. But these guys, all the girls were around them.
Really?
All the girls were around. Even our girls were taking pictures with them.
But they were obviously gay guys, though.
That's what we said.
They were.
We don't know if they were.
They were.
Oh, because it was Hollywood. Oh, that's right.
West Hollywood.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Makes sense, I guess.
But I mean, the creativity you see there, it's crazy too.
So have you been?
Not for Halloween, no.
Oh yeah.
I heard it's pretty cool. Like even just in the Hollywood Boulevard area.
Yeah,
Halloween, it's
you'll get
crazy.
a lot of people just walking around the street, and people. Yeah, because this is like their year. This is their
super
crazy. Yeah, exactly. So they're gonna go all out, and just to show for people, they're not getting paid or anything. It's just to do it
for fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool. I still like that.
Nice. What I wanted to ask you was, what's a character that you haven't shot that you would be willing to, or you want to shoot?
Oh, geez, good question.
From your old times of watching those movies in the 70s or 80s, those old horror films.
I feel like I have an answer differently all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fine.
I don't know, but
because it all depends on your mood and what you're feeling that day. You know, that you're asked that question.
Like we want to do a Stranger Things one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm working on that, but every time I'm working on it, like something else comes up, and then it's like, oh, this is actually getting together faster than the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but Stranger Things is one that we want to do, like, for sure. And what else? What else is there?
Like you've obviously done Elvira. Those are like common ones that you've done.
Yeah.
Texas
I like to do
Chainsaw.
more like concept ones where there's like a story to it.
Mm.
So, I'm really into the Twilight Zone. So any Twilight Zone theme, when if I could find an angle where a photo shoot would be good to tell a story with it, I would probably choose a Twilight Zone episode. So we're going to do one called The Hitchhiker.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that episode of The Twilight Zone?
No.
It's where some girl is going from East Coast to West Coast, driving by herself through, and she got a flat, and but she keeps seeing some guy like saying, "Are you going my way?" Just some random stranger.
So the newer Twilight.
No, it's the old one.
Oh,
it's the old school, yeah.
Because I seen something like that.
It's called The Hitchhiker. If you look it up on YouTube, you'll see. Somebody put the whole episode, but in parts. But the guy keeps following her everywhere. So she goes to the next stop, he's there. The next stop, he's there. So it turns out, like, she actually died when she got that flat tire.
Oh.
And he's just like the Grim Reaper. He's like, you're ready to come.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's a cool
So we're doing
concept.
a photo shoot with that. So anything so I'm always watching, like, shows and thinking of ideas. Like, that might be a good theme.
Mm-hmm.
So, but not anything in particular. What is the one that I really wanted to do? I'll have to get back to you on that one. I'm not.
That's
really,
cool.
I'm not really sure.
We could put a bookmark on that one.
Yeah.
But I do remember one. Now that you say the hitchhiker, I do remember like a story that I must have read somewhere, of a girl driving, and I think it was maybe just a folk story or something. But it's a girl driving in the highway, and then all of a sudden she gets a car behind her that just keeps flashing her high beams.
Oh,
Remember that one?
kind of.
And
yeah.
then she keeps driving and she's freaking out. Oh, after like the third or fourth time, she's freaking out. Like,
Yeah.
why does this person keeps flashing their high beams? Until finally she pulls over where she thinks it's safe, and the car runs right behind her. She runs out of the car, and the car that drives behind her. She's freaking out. She thinks she's gonna get attacked by this guy, and the guy goes, "Dude, there's a man, but behind your seat, in the back seat of your car." And every time he got up with a knife, he was flashing the high beams, and
So
he would
that
go
she
back
would
down.
probably see- yeah.
And he
Wow,
would
is
go
that
back-
Twilight Zone?
Dude, it has to be because I used to love something. Because I used to love watching the Twilight Zone. But you remember that story?
I don't remember.
No.
It was like
remember
full
that
story.
one.
I remember like cousins used to tell me that story all the time.
Huh, maybe it's
So-
based on a folk tale. I don't know.
Exactly.
Maybe.
It sounds like it is.
But
Sounds
anyway, as far as like a storyline, that could be something. You
That's a
could work
good
with,
one.
too.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then I mean, I'm available tomorrow if you'd like.
There you go.
Just kidding.
you could
As I
slash,
hold my hand
you
up
could
with a
slash your
knife.
arm.
I do want to do a Psycho one though.
Not the movie American Psycho, like just
just Psycho,
from the
Steve-
with
Hitchcock.
yeah, Alfred
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock.
Yeah.
I do want to do something like that.
Okay,
That would be cool.
so
Yeah,
you've never
that
done
sounds-
that.
No,
So that's one of them.
that's an idea
That
too.
answers my question right there.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
one
good
of
one.
them. That's one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many good ideas thinking about it. Like what you
That's what I think what we're
Just
doing right now.
based
We're
on
just kind of
movies.
thinking.
Yeah,
We're
based
just
on movies. Yeah,
yeah.
the one I always wanted to do, and I got to do it with Saw. I just didn't think anybody was going to do Saw.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And then
Like the doll.
Yeah.
I see that doll all the time.
now you do.
Yeah.
But I think when
it first came
when I
out,
first
yeah.
did it, when I first was thinking of the idea, I go, "Who's a good jigsaw?
Yeah.
I go, who would of my people that I work with?"
Yeah.
And my friend that I met at one of these meetups, I go, "She can turn into anything."
Yeah.
And I asked her, and she goes, "Oh, you mean something like this?" And she sent me a picture of
She
a
already
picture
had
she
it.
already did.
Oh.
I go, "What? You already did that?" She's
Yeah.
like, "I did it for like some meetup or whatever." But
Yeah.
and we did that right here in Covina too.
No, right.
Dang.
So that was a fun shoot too.
Yeah.
I was like, I finally got to do something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So some of these shoots are on my YouTube channel. That
Okay.
one's one of them
Yeah.
that we do a little behind the scenes. I do a little fun intro where I'm tied up and Jigsaws has me play a game now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
kind of a fun little intro.
Yeah,
And
that's
Yeah.
cool.
So I try to think of ideas too to make it a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
But
Well, you gotta captivate that audience too. So.
Yeah, you want I'm tied up. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, what Jigsaw? Not you again? Like, so it's like my dream because like I've always wanted to be in Saw. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like-
exactly. So you could play out your own.
Yeah. So that was
Fantasy.
a fun one, and yeah. So if I ever do like behind the scenes, I try to do a small intro if I can help it,
Yeah.
if there's time
Mm-hmm.
and if there's enough help because. As you know, you need help with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same
exactly.
with makeup.
Exactly.
It helps to have somebody that knows kind of knowledge of what
Yeah.
the camera does and how to shoot it. And luckily, I have a couple of friends that are really talented and
No, that's great.
skillful in that area, and so they do it for me. And like, it's better than I thought. Better than my idea. I go,
Right.
wow, I didn't know you were gonna do all that.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
music,
Oh,
all
jeez.
that, the sound effects.
Yeah, yeah.
It all comes together. I'm like, it's inspiring. You know
It's
what I
like
mean? It's
a-
like, damn, I want to do something like that.
It's
You
a
know?
mini movie. That's crazy. That's
So,
awesome.
so you like getting tied up? That's one. And then, no, I'm kidding. Okay, so you know how they have those mazes that you have to like sign a waiver,
Oh yeah.
or like what are they called? Like the
Escape
panic rooms?
room?
Oh, escape room.
We just did one.
So how was that?
It was the one.
I want to do that.
It was so
bad.
much fun.
Yeah.
Like I was nervous.
Yeah.
Like, when because my girlfriend got us tickets. She got 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we invited my friends Jeff and Haley, who's helped me with videos before. They did the Twilight Zone, the Jigsaw one, and to return the favor for all the stuff they've done for me. We invited them to go do it, and so they set you up with only 8 people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very small.
Yeah.
So the other 4 people, we were lucky because one of them was like she was scared of everything, but she was smart.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we brought Jeff and Haley because like we feel like they're smart. You know what I mean? It's like, they go, me and my girlfriend, we're like, we're not going to know. We're like, we're going to be like, huh? What is that? Why do you do this?
What's in there?
What was
what is that
theme?
clue?
What was the theme of it? What was the theme?
It was a zombie one.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, I think you have like an hour and a half or something to get out.
Yeah.
And we did it with 50 seconds to spare.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah. But
Nice.
it was fun. Like just trying to figure out the clues. And luckily we had that one person that
could
figure out the first two of them and
to get it rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, how did you figure that out? Like there's a thing here with charts, match this number with the color, and it's like gives you a key. You know what I mean?
Like,
so
like,
it was fun. Yeah. We want to do maybe the next ones. There's one right next door to it called I think it's a vampire one.
Oh, crazy. Yeah,
that's not a traveling show. Like it's.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I thought it was just a pop up.
Mm-hmm. That's
some
what I'm
are,
thinking, like.
and then some are like they're there, but something like that, like a zombie or vampire, that would be themed for the season.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Probably would be a pop up. But I
And
think
it was even before the season because it was like,
oh yeah,
it was a few weeks ago that we did that.
oh, okay.
And it's been there for a while.
Oh,
so
so
I
maybe-
wonder if it's just for a little while or if it's going to go away after Halloween. I don't know.
Or they try them out and see if it's going to be really popular. Probably
Yeah.
keep it. But what I think you're talking about is these like actual horror houses.
Yeah, you have to sign like a waiver, like because you can get a heart attack or something like that.
We
right?
signed a waiver.
Like, yeah,
Oh, you
did?
still signed a waiver?
Yeah.
Because I've seen the one where the people are voluntarily writing in a way that they can be
touching you and
and-
grabbing you and tying
Yeah,
you
exactly.
and putting a
Oh,
bag
wow.
over
Which one's
you.
that one?
Yeah,
There is some like
Like
that.
they put a bag over your head or something, right?
They'll
And
do stuff
they
like
tie it
that,
up.
and they'll drench you in blood. It's not real, but you're just paying for that experience. It's I would never want to do that.
Oh man, I think I would, man. I think I would like that. I'm not into bondage or anything like that, but I think I would like that. Just getting scared.
Well, that's beyond scared. I think it's
No, because it's not. They're not really gonna hurt you.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
well, they're hitting them on their head and stuff like that.
But
Like
I know I'm gonna go watch a movie, a scary movie, and I know that it's not real, but I still get scared.
No, yeah, that's
I still
true.
get scared. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, can you imagine someone grabbing you
yeah,
and then tying you up and or hog tying you?
yeah, exactly. Because like when you go to horror nights, and they're not allowed to touch you at
No.
all. So they really veer away from you.
The escape room was like that to you. They're not
Okay.
allowed to touch you,
Like,
and
you
you're not
just-
allowed to
At
touch them.
Horror
Yeah,
Nights,
see,
you
you
get
can't
touched
touch
more
them.
by all the girls that are looking
Yeah.
for their savior.
That are,
you know,
like,
they're
scared.
Yeah, they're scared, and
They're
They
this guy got mauled one
practically
time.
run you over. I'm like,
Yeah,
Knott's is like that too because it's all teenagers.
Exactly.
yeah.
And they're
I've noticed
probably
that.
running you over like, God, man, this is.
Relax.
Exactly. Which I think everything's getting way more saturated now,
Yeah.
as far as like
Yeah.
all the theme parks doing it. It's
This
just
is the scariest thing about all those theme parks is the lines
yeah.
because you're there for 2 hours.
If you don't pay the VIP $300
It's not.
ticket,
No.
It's almost not even worth it. Why? It's better to go and sign a waiver and get
Yeah.
try to get in out of an escape room.
it's probably
Right?
cheaper in your pocket.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know how much that was at the escape
Oh,
room,
the escape
but I
room,
think
okay.
it was up there like maybe 40 or 50.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's how much you're paying at one of those horror nights, right?
The LA
No.
Hayride
Or
is
more.
it's
More.
cool too. It's
I've
becoming
never
bigger.
been to that one. Yeah, never been to that.
I didn't go
one.
last year, but I've been going for the last few years because Horror Nights got too expensive.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
Like I used to pay for the VIP for the front of the line pass, but then once they boosted it up over $200 for it now,
Yeah,
like,
it's
Damn.
like 250, 275.
and that's the only way you
Damn.
can get through all the mazes.
exactly. I go to 3 mazes out
If
of
you go
10 mazes.
Get your
Because of the
$60
lines.
ticket, or I don't know if it's 60. It might be more now.
It's probably
It's-
about 75.
yeah, 75,
Yeah.
$80. You do 2 or 3.
Yeah.
They don't
If
do
you're
SoCal
lucky.
residents anymore.
Nah, they don't do
No.
that. No, they never did that
No,
for
SoCal
horror nights. Or
Oh,
nothing.
man. You remember that SoCal
No.
residents getting $20?
Isn't that Disneyland?
Or I don't know, one of those.
It
One
was,
of
but
those.
for sure, nothing for anything Halloweenish. Yeah, you're paying. For
I would like to
price.
go to Disneyland for their
Yeah,
Halloween
that'd be
theme.
pretty cool.
I've
too.
never been to that one at all.
Probably cutesy wootsy, right?
Yeah,
for the
more
I don't
so.
know.
I mean,
they have the Haunted Mansion all like
yeah, they always have that decked out, and now they have
just to
California.
experience. I know it's not
Exactly.
going to be like Horror Nights
No.
or
Yeah.
Knott's, but
just a different. Yeah,
just to experience it. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I've never, and plus Disneyland's. Speaking of expensive,
Exactly.
that's
Oh yeah.
I haven't been there since 2006, and that was like,
Jeez.
and I got in free at that time.
Damn. Now
Yeah.
you add in inflation and all.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Now
It
the
is-
person's
yeah.
retired now. They can't get me in. So I'm like,
Oh, no.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I gotta find a discount. Even the discounts, not.
Yeah, it's not great anymore.
No, it's like, oh yeah, $25 off. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
only $250 now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Plus
insane.
parking.
Yeah,
Plus you gotta eat. They want you to eat there.
yeah. They don't.
And then they go and add a beer garden, and now you got to drink.
Oh God, yeah. Do they have
yeah,
a beer garden there?
Yeah, they have beer garden.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot what land.
Yeah, and that's just
land
gonna
it
get you
is, but-
hungry.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Now you're going to the
Yeah.
churro line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not thinking straight.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
So these horror films and all these with the theme of cosplaying, how much of a thin line is it between like a true crime and then a horror film? Because a lot of these horror films are based on true stories, right?
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Like some of them, yeah.
Some of them are almost to the right.
So like Psycho was based on like what a true story of it was kind of like more like Texas Chainsaw
right.
Yeah.
because they're all on that same theme because there was Ed Gein
Mm-hmm.
that did that, and that Ed Gein was based on Hitchcock. Kind of did the same thing with
Right.
Psycho.
Which he
but-
was a real man that ate flesh and made
yeah.
a face out of flesh.
And then like like Silence of the Lambs too. Like
Yeah.
they got a bunch of serial killers and put them all together and made that one, right? So that's another one.
Yeah.
Now, the question I was going to propose to you guys was, any recent true crimes, do you guys see that coming into a movie, or are we away from that already? Because obviously times have changed and now everything's more low key. You can't talk about that. And back in
Yeah.
the day, everything was like all hands on deck. Let's go. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Do you
think
guys
it's
see any
getting
of those?
Like a
harder now.
famous true crime.
Well, just for example, a most recent, it's a most recent one. What happened here in our hometown of Covina, like the Santa Claus massacre. You guys remember that? It wasn't that long ago.
Wow.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
my-
was down the street
My
from here.
aunt lived across
On
the
that
way
cul-de-sac?
from that. Yeah. Mhm.
There you go.
Santa Claus
It's a
Massacre?
Santa Claus massacre. That guy was from like Orange County or something like that. I think the guy's last name was Pardo or Prado.
Something like that. Yeah,
Prado?
something like that.
Okay.
And he came out here and he ex-wife, she divorced him. They were going through that whole lawsuit and I'm sorry, not lawsuit. Well, divorce is a lawsuit.
Divorce. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Divorce. And the dude, whatever, it was Christmas Eve, and he went to that house and just started shooting everybody up. Even the little girl that answered the door,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Like a little girl.
He shot everybody.
shot him up, and then he started fire torching them, right?
Yeah.
And he,
Oh.
Yeah, he lit the whole-
house. The house got lit. You don't remember that?
No.
Look it up, man. Covina
I
Massacre.
don't really watch the news or read the paper.
Oh, this was it was a big event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
pretty big.
How
So,
long ago was this?
About
10, 12 years ago?
or maybe 8 years ago. Something
Oh,
like
maybe.
that.
Okay.
8, 10. It's recent. When I say most recent, 'cause we're not talking about 70s
I
events.
thought you
We're
meant it was
talking
like
about-
last year or something.
No,
Nah.
it's been a
So
while.
it's been
but
about 8 to 10 years. Okay.
Yeah.
but around here to have something happen, it was
Yeah.
a big event. That
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about the time I moved to Covina because I've been here since 2010.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
if
maybe it
around
was in
that
between the time that
I might have- but still, it's local because I just came from the next
Yeah.
city over. So
yeah. So
But would you guys see something like,
like that is.
would
a movie?
anybody put that into a film? You think?
I don't know.
they've
I
kind of
mean,
done stuff like that already, even without it being like happening, like knowing that it was going to happen in real life. I've seen. I mean, there's so many horror movies that we don't even that they
There's a
didn't
lot of
become
indep-
mainstream.
There's a lot of independent
Yeah.
movies that could probably do it, but I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Never in like the silver screen, huh?
well,
I'm just thinking like
You're gonna get a niche group, pretty much. You're gonna
Yeah.
get a niche group that's gonna
everybody's too sensitive, maybe.
too
well, that's for
sensitive,
sure.
and then
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's a genre to certain.
I'm just
people.
saying we're all geeking out on those films now,
Yeah,
all these old school films, and
Yeah.
that's what they're all based on, those true events.
yeah.
Now, 20 years from now, are people going to be geeking out on these true events?
it could happen. I
Mass
think,
shootings,
Like Annabelle's based on a true story.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly.
And they're going all different directions with that one. They're just
Yeah.
really like, they even tied somehow La Llorona with that. I'm like, how
right.
is that? What?
Yeah, I tripped out on
Yeah.
that too.
I know, how, what, that's supposed to be
that's like a
separate.
potpourri of horror films.
Yeah, like everybody's connected.
Yeah.
It's like, just connect them all back to Saw then.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Because the same director, James Wan,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
is I think he did Annabelle, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did.
Okay, yeah. And The Conjuring.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Conjuring is actually a most recent movie that actually was scary for me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty scary.
Yeah.
I like
and
it.
I don't
I
get
liked it.
scared easily. Like, I usually like,
Well,
I'm usually laughing because
Yeah.
it's just hilarious. I'm like, oh my
You-
God,
you're
look at all that
you're-
blood.
I think it's safe to say that you're desensitized
Yeah.
to some of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Except I grew up in the 70s, so we watched all the gore stuff, and then
Yeah.
and it was all made in front of the camera, not special effects.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I see
That's-
special effects, like, oh,
You
that
guys-
looks totally
Do
cheap.
you guys
Yeah.
remember watching Faces of Death?
Yeah.
Yes, of
My
course.
mom showed me
Dude,
that.
that was the best. I used to go rent those VHS. You used to be able to rent them. They would rent them to a 13, 12-year-old.
Yes, yeah.
There was a worse one called Traces of Death.
I've
I don't
never
remember
heard
that.
of that one.
Oh, it's depressing.
That was
you
after
serious?
the fact? After Faces of
A
Death?
little bit after, but it was more like third world stuff.
Oh,
Third
crazy.
Third world country stuff. We're like, why are we watching this?
Like it was just too.
That's probably still going on now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's just like I go, I don't want. This isn't even like why are we watching this?
Yeah.
But it's all real stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm just like numb to all the other stuff. So like when it comes to like special effects,
Yeah.
CGI and all that, it's like
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could tell
Like,
when it's
come on,
CGI.
man.
It just
Yeah.
it kind of deadens it for you.
like what was the Will Smith one? It was a zombie. It was
where
what
it was like a zombie
World War
apocalypse.
not World War
No,
Z. That was Brad Pitt.
Independence Day. I'm
No.
Not
joking.
that one. No, it was where he was the last man on Earth.
Legend or something.
Oh, that was
Legend.
Legend.
Legend?
Yeah.
Like
he had the dog
zombies
with him?
there looked all computer animated.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they were,
Yeah.
But yeah,
but it was just wasn't scary.
Yeah.
So when
Oh,
it's
that's
like
right.
that,
They were talking about the lion, right? The lion that was a really bad one. Really bad CGI lion. Is that the one?
I think so.
well, it was like the just the zombies, the
Oh,
people that were
zombies.
like that
yeah,
were like
they're
dead or whatever. They
supposed to-
couldn't. I don't even know what the premise was, but I heard the book was really good. But when I saw the movie, because the movie just seemed like that's what messed it up.
It
for
did.
me.
I seen the original adaptation was with Charlton Heston,
Oh, okay.
and the guys were cheesy, the zombies, but just with his acting, it saved the movie.
Yeah.
But it's different. It's a trip, and they didn't use they didn't have
That's
anything.
another one I'd like to do. Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Shoot, that would be
That-
awesome.
That would be great.
I just watched some YouTube thing on all the things that were wrong with Planet of the Apes, which they just anybody can pick apart any movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
But it was he did point out something kind of cool because like in the beginning, like they find out they only have like they're going to another planet supposedly,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And it's taking them 25 years. I don't know how many years.
Yeah,
it was
to-
years.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they only brought like emergency supplies for 3 days.
Yeah, so it's like
why would 3 days? It should be 3 years.
Yeah.
How long do you think you're going to be
Yeah,
there
exactly,
and come
like-
back? Like, yeah, it's just a round trip. I thought that was a good. And then, but Charlton Heston had enough to pack for cigarettes.
Yeah, right. He did. He
I'm like,
had his
I go,
cigarettes
that's a
there.
good point too. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like he's constantly smoking. Like, it's like emergency pack 3 days. Smokes. Load it up.
keep-
Load it up. Like,
keep-
Yeah.
We'll find what we can when we get there.
yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a trip.
But it's just an adaptation of movies, though, man, from back then. The way, the style, the way that they did it. It's like that Star Wars. Like when it came out, they were talking about how you look at it now and it's just like it doesn't hold up as far as like
the original.
the original,
Mhm.
as far as like the graphics and all that animated stuff compared to now.
Yeah.
But back then it was like that was high tech.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like
exactly.
that was the stuff.
Yeah, that's why it's like
He did all the miniatures.
Yeah.
And all sets were real.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now they just digitally put everything right there.
I'm kind of glad that he kind of who's the guy that did it now? The what was his name?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
J.J. Abrams.
Yeah. J.J.
Oh, yeah.
Abrams.
He said he wanted to go back to kind of that old. So he's going to mix some CGI, obviously, but he wanted sets.
Yeah.
Which was good to see because I felt like the Star Wars in the 90s.
Yeah, those
It
were
was
terrible.
it was horrible.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Like that doesn't look real.
But you're
There's
gonna
something about that. Like that's like even when I do photography, people always say, "Well, just Photoshop the
Yeah.
fire in the background,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
just Photoshop this." I'm like, "That's great. I'm not really a graphic artist. I'm more just photographer. So whatever's there, that's what's gonna kind of.
exactly.
be there.
the picture. Be the
So let's
photo.
just try to get it right now. Like let's just try to find the right backdrop
yeah.
and the right scene and everything, and then do it that way. Because I'm not gonna drop in
Yeah,
some
you're like,
dinosaur or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like just put a dinosaur chasing me here. I go.
exactly.
No, you gotta plan that. You know what I mean?
But I mean, like if J.J. Abrams was gonna go back to old school and do that set stuff, there's a nostalgic thing about it, but I don't know if it's gonna pop because the people that are going to pay for these films are all these young kids, and they're not gonna want to see that stuff. They're gonna call you out on it right away. So there's not.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think there's gonna be a big group.
Well, what I think he's trying to say is like he's gonna make a set, but he has
still
the
gonna
eye.
incorporate that CGI. It's
Yeah,
just that.
he has the
Yeah.
eye, just like James Cameron,
Yeah.
where he made the Titanic he made a big boat. They know where to shoot it from. So it's like you want to trick those kids, the ones that think they could call you out.
Yeah.
That's your goal. You want that, like, we want to make this look so real that they won't be able to distinguish from a little maquette or a digital image of it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they're trying to go for.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It is kind of douchey though that you do try to point out when it's
yeah,
it's one thing when it's art,
yeah,
and you're going to try to point out imperfections in art. It's somebody's art.
because that's
There's
everybody.
no wrong. It's just you like it or you don't like it.
Everybody has their opinion. That's like,
Yeah.
it's like they can't even do it, but they're gonna criticize you for
Like
it.
I said,
Right.
you could pick apart anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, it's like you said,
And
like
everybody-
that Planet of the Apes video that you just saw, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and it made me think. I'm like, but I really like that movie still. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. It's like it's kind of funny to be able to point it out, but you're still at its
there's-
core. It's still a good movie that you'll watch it if it could see it come on again.
Yeah.
All great movies all have some type of like a mistake or a loop or a plot hole. Maybe.
Yeah.
You'll always find one because you know what I
Exactly.
mean. It's like you can't do the perfect movie. You
well,
know what I mean?
look at right now.
Only Rocky. He's the only one that makes
That's true.
perfect movies.
With
Godfather.
HBO. Yeah, exactly. With HBO, you know,
Oh,
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. That's right. The Starbucks
yeah,
cup.
and that's happening
Oh,
now.
yeah.
I had to go back and watch that one to find a
To see
Starbucks
what-
cup.
But they're saying that might have been done on purpose.
It could
Just to
have been,
kinda-
but
I don't know.
Because
You
everybody's
never
saying
know.
how
They're
this is
trying
such
to
a
save
perfect
face
show.
now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did that. I would say the same thing. Like, oh no, we meant to put the Starbucks cup there. You know, it's like we got paid for it. Or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah, see, so it's
Branding.
different.
it's-
exactly.
Oh, that branding goes a long ways.
Yeah, exactly.
As I turned my
805.
805 right there. This show's brought to you by sponsors by 805.
Yeah, so that sounds good.
No, well, so what's the I mean, I don't even want to say end game because I see that you can be doing this. I mean, till you're 80 years old, you can be doing this, right? As long as you can hold a camera and you have the vision and the art. But
Yeah.
what are you trying to gain from it as far as producing or expanding your business?
I'd like to continue. I'd like to get some, bigger work, clientele. You know what I mean? Celebrities. That would be like the dream.
Mhm. You ever think about trying to get into film and actually?
No, not so much film. I
No.
mean, I like doing video,
Yeah.
Mm.
but I don't think that's like. I love doing it, but it's not like where that's the direction I want to go.
That's
I
not
want
your
to
Where your passion,
photography.
yeah.
I want us to still learn more lighting. There's still a lot to learn
Yeah.
about lighting, and I'd like to have my own studio actually,
Oh, yeah.
and so that would be kind of like the goal
Yeah.
to get my own studio and do it full time, where I'm getting paid enough to like where I don't have to drive to LA
Yeah.
every day and
Yeah.
be stuck in 2.5 hours of traffic
Right.
and deal with my boss and just be my own boss. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So that would be the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'll get there soon,
Yeah. Well, I mean that's all it is the grind. Continue the grind.
Yes.
Keep doing it. Keep networking.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the most important one. Is to keep networking and keep talking and meeting different people and new people, and just putting yourself out there, right?
Steve Martin one time said that he wasn't the funniest comedian, but he just said he was the hardest working.
There you go.
And that's a good lesson for anybody, because
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not the best photographer. I'm a mediocre photographer,
Mm.
but I work hard
Exactly.
and I learn. I keep learning, keep shooting. If you don't keep shooting, you're not going to know where to improve at. So even some of my shoots, sometimes I'm not happy with them.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And some people are like, "Oh no, that's a really
Exactly.
good
You
photo." Like I don't think it is. I think the vision I had is sometimes different,
Okay, yeah.
and then sometimes the vision's better than what I thought it was going to be. The Silent Hill, when we did that shoot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to come out the way it did. Like it came out really almost better than I thought it was going to come out. Like I didn't think we were going to get good shots in that location. I thought it was going to be maybe a little too dark.
Yeah.
But the darkness actually worked to our advantage, to where like, okay,
Exactly.
I'm gonna light this way, and I'll light this, and just the costume they had, like the fact that everyone kind of worked together. The people that did the makeup,
Yeah.
the cosplayers that did their own.
Mhm.
The guy who put oil, which made it really stand out in the shoot.
Okay, yeah.
The guys that did the headpiece, that did the whole makeup for the nurses.
Yeah.
Like it was all a collaborative effort. If it wasn't for everybody there, like that photo shoot,
Yeah,
I don't
it
know
would-
what it was going to come out like.
Yeah.
When I first got there, I'm like, yeah, I guess I have an idea. It's gonna come out okay,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, like when we started taking pictures, I go, oh,
Yeah, so you didn't
we
even,
got something here.
yeah, you showed up. You didn't even have a great
Yeah,
vision
as soon as
for
we
it.
lit it and did
It
it, and I
got-
go, okay, this is gonna come out a lot better than I thought it was gonna come out. And then once I edit it, I'm gonna add my touch to it,
Mhm,
where
mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it look, the way I want it
Exactly,
to look.
like
you
your
know?
image that you have in your head of what you
Yeah.
want it to
Yeah.
look
And
like.
I usually try to edit where I darken everything.
Mhm.
So if it's always a little bit too bright, I'm noticing now when I edit, I darken things now,
Yeah.
and I light them in other places.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you see the picture, you don't know what it is that you like about it, but there is something
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
Yeah.
and that's what I tell them. I go, well, that's the little trick,
Yeah.
because I'm lighting here, and this.
To
I'm taking
get-
this part's a little bit brighter than this part. This part's
Yeah.
a little darker. But if you see the raw photo, it's just all kind of even,
Yeah.
So
Because it also gives out that mysterious,
Yeah.
yeah,
right?
You get that.
yeah. And I'm still learning how to do editing still,
Yeah,
so it's
And
a
then,
learning process.
Every day technology changes also. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
you got to
gotta
keep up with it too. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you got to That's another thing. Yeah, keep up with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
That's the only way you're gonna improve, is just to keep doing it and keep finding out what else is out there.
The most important thing is that if you keep doing what you like to do, what you're passionate about, then, you can't really go wrong. Obviously, you can improve by making money off of it.
exactly.
That's the best thing. That's the end
Yeah.
goal. But as long as you're doing what you like to do,
Yeah, and at the end of this month, I'm doing a 2-day video shoot for Sweet Sorrow Zombie Ballet. It's a ballet show based on zombies.
Okay.
So I saw it last year, and it was really good. Like
Yeah.
I'm not into ballet at all.
Yeah.
But when I was doing the video for them last year, I saw, like, you see all the behind the scenes,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
costume changes. They're running out there, the timing.
Oh, it's got to be quick,
Yeah.
right?
It was
Yeah.
like, they're really like, it was just bam,
Go, go,
bam,
go.
bam.
Yeah.
And I just capturing all that stuff was great. And I was actually watching the show.
Yeah.
And I go, this is great. So they asked me to do it again this year.
Yeah.
So this whole month, I'm just going to like maybe do one shoot. But the rest, I'm going to concentrate on gearing up for this 2-day shoot, because
Mhm.
I'm bringing an assistant along this time.
Oh, okay.
And then it's going to take me a couple weeks to edit, because they want video for both days.
Oh yeah.
And my friend's doing photos. So I'm just doing video. He's going to do the photos for me.
Yeah.
But I'm going to edit all the photos.
Yeah.
And I'm going to edit all the video. So
So it'll still be your eye of what you
Yeah.
want to get.
that's the one at the end of the month, and that should come out probably in November. I'll have a link for that trailer.
We could throw it on the description below.
Yeah.
Is that going to be in the area?
It's in
You said
Pasadena, so it's
Pasadena?
not too far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There
mean
you
that sounds awesome. I've never even heard of that either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad they asked me to do it, because they were looking for a videographer, and I was
Okay.
just going to do the photos.
Yeah.
And I was happy with the salary they were going to give me. Like, oh yeah, that's cool. For 2 days work, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they were putting out a call out for a videographer, because the guy that did it last time, he was not really responding to their emails or texts. So I responded. I go, hey, you guys didn't find a videographer yet? They're like, no. I go, well, let's talk.
Yeah.
So I talked to them, and they wanted me to do it.
Yeah.
Like, we were hoping you could just do it.
Oh,
It's like, we'll just, whatever we're going to pay that guy, we'll just give it to you. I go, well, that was my idea. I go, I'll bring in somebody on board, and then that'll help.
Yeah.
exactly.
Because if I was just by myself doing
Yeah,
video
there's no
and
way,
photos,
yeah.
it's,
You're not gonna
it's
get
impossible.
you're not
No.
gonna get good quality. Also,
Right.
you're gonna be missing stuff.
Yeah, and I did that the last time when
Yeah.
I did their shoot just a few months ago. I was doing portraits, and then I was doing video, and and then I realized, I go, well, I got to change my lens for this one, and then I got to put the mic for this,
Yeah.
and I got to take off this headphone jack, and then take this and then put it back on the tripod.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a while.
When you
know
could
what I
just
mean?
have it all set up.
Yeah, and I don't have 2 cameras, so I'm
So,
like, it's
yeah.
all one camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, exactly.
So it was a lot of work. So this time we're bringing extra cameras, because my friend Ivan's gonna help out. He's got 2 cameras. I got 2 cameras, and we'll get it done. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a long weekend, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds
To be all
awesome.
well worth it once we see that video.
Oh yeah,
sounds
yeah,
awesome.
Can't wait.
yeah.
Wow. Well, thanks for coming out, man. I appreciate the
Thanks
time.
for having me.
It was
man.
fun. A fun
Yeah, it
little
was fun.
conversation.
Yeah, it was very
A
fun.
little networking.
Yes,
Right?
network,
Is there-
network,
yeah.
and continue doing what you love doing, and
That's
and
it.
just go at it every day.
Right.
Just always,
There
We don't get no sleep.
Nah, sleep's for the weak.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to go one more time? Plug your Facebook. I know it's back here, but you
Yeah,
said
it's hard to
it
read
may
it.
not be
Yeah.
right, or I don't know.
Yeah, this is an old banner.
Just
but,
throw it out there.
Just go to rawlofthedeadphotography.com and you can find all the social media links on there. I have Instagram. I have a YouTube channel. And I just recently got back on Facebook, but I don't really post too much on there.
Yeah,
All my stuff's Instagram and
Yeah.
YouTube. So,
Mhm.
that's the most important.
so
anyways.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want to see any of these videos of the shoots that I talked about today, they're all on my YouTube channel.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna
So-
check them out for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, and it's all on the website. So if you go to a website under videos, they're all there.
They're all there.
Yeah, I made it easy.
There you
So
go.
it's all on one platform.
Sweet. Mine
Yours?
is just Instagram pretty much. JRY33, JAYRY33,
There you
and
go.
you'll see all my cosplay.
There you go. And you can find us on Talking Again Podcast, not.com, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You can just search Talking Again Podcast, and there you go. Again, Rawl, thanks again for being
Thank
here.
you, man.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
thank
I
you.
appreciate the time.
I appreciate you.
It was
Jason,
awesome.
muchas gracias.
For sure, brother.
There you go.
Anytime.
That's it. Anything else, you guys?
I'm
it
good.
was
We're
fun.
good.
Checking out.
Time for bed.
Tapping
Go.
out.
Adios.
Tapping out. 1, 2, 3.
Tapping out. I like that.